There's a strike as Hess swings through that one for out number 2. Catherine Lee now stands in, the left fielder. Hope Mather, the catcher, is the 4th batter. Caitlin Ronnebaum, center fielder, bats 5th. As settling in here is Lee. There's a slow grounder left side. Morrison coming on, bobbled it for a second, fired to first, got her girl. Ground out to the third baseman, 5-3, put out for out number 3. Takes us to the bottom of the first inning. No score in this one. West Delaware and Edco softball from the tournament right here from KMCH Sports.
Bank in Dyersville and Farley. AmericanTrust.com. Simply better banking. Viafield, growing opportunity, serving your agronomy, energy, feed, and grain needs in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota. Jay's Auto. Customer satisfaction is their #1 priority. Delhi Lumber, your authorized Anderson dealer in Delhi. And Community Savings Bank. Locations in Manchester, Edgewood, Greeley, Dyersville, Earlville, Cedar Rapids, and Robbins. Member FDIC.
Wapsie Valley Creamery, Independence, partners in excellence. Bi-County Disposal Inc. in Dyersville, serving Delaware and Dubuque counties. Manchester CarQuest dealer in Manchester. Crop Production Services in Winthrop, your chemical, fertilizer, feed, seed, and agronomy experts. And Manchester Monument Works, proud to sponsor all area athletes in their communities.
Bonecamp Murdoch Funeral Homes and Clifton Murdoch Funeral Home, proud to sponsor all area athletes. Pete Small Engine Repair, your small engine experts in Monticello. Monticello Sports for all of your school sports team needs in Monticello. Himes Construction, proud to sponsor West Delaware Softball Tournament in Manchester. All Seasons Auto Body in Monticello, specializing in body repair and painting on all makes and models.
Jonathan, back with you for the Beckman Sports Complex. Go with an error on that one. Tough play. She had to go all the way back. Emily Toll's on with the leadoff error as she heads down to second base. The throw down, she slides in safely. Toll on second base. That's a pretty rough score. I thought it was a tougher play than our official scores up here advised. And there is Kolak, a hit right up the middle, and the Hawks will score the first run of the game. Emily Toll comes all the way in, and Liz Kolak able to get another RBI. Kolak had a hit to right and an RBI in the 5th inning in that 4-1 win over Washington this morning. Game that took an hour and 26 minutes. Started a little after 10:30. Wall downstairs to Ashley Himes. 1-0 the count. 1-0 Hawks lead. Bottom of the first inning. Our second of 3 games today for you. We'll have Maquoketa Valley and Dubuque Waller later on this evening. There is a pitch inside. Now Kolak goes down to second on the stolen base.
There's stolen base number 4 on the year, 4 out of 5.
Pitch is been out 3-0 the count. Home plate umpire Al Hermson from Manchester. Dean Burr on the bases here from Redland. The 3-0 outside, ball 4. Himes take her place at first on the nobody out base on balls. Brings up Haley Morrison. Speaking of Maquoketa Valley, they're having a tough go at it against Cedar Rapids and Washington, 11-1. That game is in the bottom of the 4th inning. On the diamond to our left, Coleman Corey's field. GNB Bank Field is empty for the last time slots here today.
Caitlin Mangold in as a courtesy runner for Ashley Himes.
Morrison stands in. She had her second triple of the year in the 4th inning and scored the first run. And that went over Cedar Rapids, Washington earlier today. Hawks scored 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 7th after Wash jumped on the board first with 1 run. There's a ball, 1-0 the count. A 1-0 is hit into center field. Coming on, the center fielder, Ronnebaum, will put it away. Fly out to the center fielder for round number 1.
Yeah, she hit the ball well, but right at Ronnebaum, who had an easy catch on that. Good base running there by Kolak to not get too far away from second base, get doubled off.
It brings up Bridget Hoffman now, the Hawks first baseman. Pops this one up left side coming on. That's going to fall for a hit. Left fielder Lee had a long run. The shortstop going out. She might have had a play at that ball. She would have took off for a sprint, but it fell in between. And the Hawks have the bases loaded now with 1 down and 1 in here in the bottom of the first inning.
Kristen Wegman's going to step in there. She was a winning pitcher on the game this morning for the Hawks. We're in victory number 9 on the year for her.
Wegman allowed 6 hits, forced 9 runners left on for Wash. He struck out 6 batters, 3 swinging, 3 looking, and only walked 1 in that 4-1 victory. There's a ball upstairs after taking ball 1. 2-0 the count with 1 down. Bases full of Hawks here in the last of the first inning. There's a ball that got by the catcher, bounced all the way down, halfway down the third base line.
Yeah, the pitch came in low, went off the shin guard of the catcher, Mather, turned down far enough the third baseman actually came in and fielded it. So the wild pitch by Keel.
Hawks leading 2-0 now. There's a strike, 3-1 the count. There's on second and third. Wegman now hits this one right side. It's going to land foul down the right field line.
It's one of those games I would hope that the Hawks mentally, when they come in out the bat, look for a pitch and try to drive it.
There's a slow ground ball right side. Braden hands it over to first. Wegman will be retired for the second out, but she gets herself an RBI on the ground out to the second baseman. 4-3 put out for out number 2. Brings up Megan Collins now. Hawks entering the game with a record of 13-9. They've won 3 in a row, 2 on Wednesday night and 1 this morning. A little chopper left side. Pitcher gets out of the circle. Keel will fire it.
No, she didn't. She did not. Yeah, she realized she wasn't going to be able to probably get her, so she just ate it.
Held on to it. Collins will get the infield hit, and Hoffman Mango will score the 3rd run of the game.
4th run. It was Hoffman.
As Hoffman came across.
Yeah. One of those swinging bunts, and that's just hard to field. And Collins did a nice job getting down the baseline, especially with 2 outs. Got her a base hit and an RBI.
Mango scored on Wegmans. Ground out, and there is a strike taken in the outside corner. 0-1 the count with 2 down. Runner on first. 4-0 Hawks lead early here against Edco Vikings of the Upper Iowa Conference.
1-2 count. Now batting number 3.
There's the ball downstairs, 2-2 the count. 2-2 on the way. Boys pops this one right side, and that retires it. NIS puts it away. We're back after this on KMCH.
Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa, where your vision is their primary focus. 24-hour total fitness, all levels, all ages. New house construction and concrete. For your commercial, ag, and residential projects, call Phil at 563-927-5178. Northeast Iowa Telephone, your electronics connection in Manchester. Three Rivers FS Capital, your partner for growth solutions.
Citizens State Bank with locations in Manchester, Monticello, Strawberry Point, Winthrop, Ryan, Hopkins, and New Vienna. Member FDIC. Fireside Pub and Steakhouse in Manchester, Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Bob Stephen Motors, your locally owned and operated GM dealer in Manchester, and Greenworks Landscaping, 563-920-3776, from complete custom landscape to the do-it-yourselfer.
Manchester Press, the official newspaper of Delaware County. Regional Medical Center, excellence in healthcare close to home. Edgewood Reminder, locally owned, community involved. F&M Bank, the right choice, serving Manchester, Cedar Rapids, and Anamosa, member FDIC, and the Dupaco Community Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Trivet Associates in Dyersville and Farley. Check them out at trivetinc.com. Talkie Motors, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Dyersville. State Farm Insurance, Julie Smith Agency in Manchester. Hartridge Golf Course. Great food and great fun await you at Hartridge. And Krager Body Shop for all your minor and major collision repairs in Dyersville.
John and Bill back with you from the complex, 4-0 Hawks. As Hope Mather leads things off. What's the update on the Maquoketa Valley game? 11-1.
Still 11-1 going into the top of the fifth. So unless Maquoketa Valley scores this inning, that game will be done versus the 10-run rule.
Hope Mather takes the ball upstairs, and it's 2-1. 4, 5, 6. Mather, Ronnebaum, and Clute here for Edco. As a swing and a miss. Strike one. 0-1. The 2-2 the count, I should say. Strike two there. As Mather stands in. She is one of the freshmen on this team. 2 freshmen on the roster. Foul ball there. 2-2 remains the count. Emily Klosterman, the 8th grade pitcher. Over the numbers on her. After this pitch, 2-2 popped up, be in foul territory behind the plate. Himes twisting and turning, able to corral that one with her back towards the first base dugout and puts it away for the first out of this top of the second inning.
Yeah, for Emily Klosterman, this is her 9th start of the year. Her record's 4-2. She's pitched 48 innings, allowed 43 hits, 38 runs, of which 19 are earned, a 2.77 earned run average. Walked 33, hasn't hit anybody in 34 strikeouts, opposing team's batting average of 194. So some pretty impressive stats for 8th grade Emily Klosterman. There's a swing and a miss to the pitch to Caitlin Ronnebaum.
Ronnebaum, the center fielder, batting 5th. She is one of the 5 sophomores for the Vikings. There's a strike taken on the outside corner. 1-2 the count.
1-2.
This one's popped up right side. Out of play for foul ball, 1-2. A couple years ago, the Vikings were very competitive. It's gone down the last couple of years. They realize it's a work in progress here. And Edco just keep on chucking along. And had a long start to this early part of the season. There's a strike 3 taken by Ronnebaum. 2-21 on the season, but these girls keep on coming out, giving their all. That's all you can ask for them. A veteran, experienced coach like Keith Campbell, he knows he can't get too frustrated at times. It's a learning, it's a work in progress.
Well, it is, and you got to get the girls started when they're young, learn how to pitch, because in high school softball, you know, unfortunate as it is, you're as good as your pitching is.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got a dominant pitcher, you're going to be a pretty good pitcher, pretty good team. You know, we got an average pitcher, you're going to be an average team, and when you struggle trying to find somebody that consistently, you know, throw some strikes, have a little movement on the ball, you know, it's hard to be a competitive team in softball. And then these kids get to be so young. There's so many 8th and 9th and 10th graders that are on varsity rosters. So many of them don't have many juniors and seniors on them anymore because they get busy. Sports in the summertime and other activities in the summertime, it's just hard to get numbers out.
There's another ball, 2-2 the count here to Braylon Clute, the third baseman. Kelsey Elledge, shortstop on deck. Klosterman, the 2-2 on the way. The ground ball right side. Nice play by Yankovic getting over to it. Left-handed. Little toss to Hoffman. And the 4-3 ground out to the second baseman for out number 3. Bottom of the second we go. Hawks lead it 4-0. Hawks softball. KMCH Sports.
Above and beyond healthcare, the more they care, the more beautiful life becomes. Georgian Auto, where complete automotive service and repair is their complete focus. Long-term medical supply, your local medical equipment choice. Manchester Family Vision Center on West Main, where clear vision begins with healthy eyes.
Parrot Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company in Manchester. Eastern Iowa shopping news and Dyersville commercials, supporting your communities. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen. And the Good Neighbor Society, trusted for over 50 years to get you off the bench and back in the game.
GNB Bank Manchester, for your banking, loans, and trust, member FDIC. Beavers Lounge, leave it to Beavers to show you a good time. Fairway Stores in Manchester, Don & Walt LLC in Manchester, and Lucky Building Service in Manchester.
American Trust and Savings Bank in Dyersville and Farley. AmericanTrust.com, simply better banking. Viafield, growing opportunity, serving your agronomy, energy, feed, and grain needs in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota. Jay's Auto, customer satisfaction is their #1 priority. Delhi Lumber, your authorized Anderson dealer in Delhi. And Community Savings Bank, locations in Manchester, Edgewood, Greeley, Dyersville, Earlville, Cedar Rapids, and Robbins, member FDIC.
Welcome back in. I don't even know what you're laughing about, and it's probably better that way. As here's Heidi Yankovic as a second baseman. Yankovic takes a strike. 3-1 now to Yankovic. You all right? Upstairs, ball 4.
Yeah, I'm back.
Second walk. Here's Emily Toll now standing in. What did you talk about, Toll, the hit record? She's only 13 or so away
She's
now?
16 away from tying the career hit record
Okay.
that was set by Caitlin Heisman back in.
There's a bunt left side. Third baseman comes on. Clute fires the first, not in time. Toll beats that one out. That's almost automatic all the time. And all the way over to third. Good aggressive base running. Coach Rave waving Yankovic on over to join her at third. Then Toll moves up to second on the throw over to third. And everybody's safe. Runners on second and third with nobody out here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, that's just taking advantage of that speed and putting a lot of pressure on that defense. So now they're really put a lot of pressure on that Edco infield here as Liz Kolak's coming up, and she hit the ball really hard and got an RBI single her first time up.
1-0 the count, taking the ball outside. Kolak, the designated player here in the second spot, as there's a fly ball right side down the line. The foul ball, not able to hang on to that one. The right fielder, Bergen, gave a chase. Second baseman, Braden, and Hess, the first baseman, all gave a ran for that ball. As 1-1 the count. In the bottom of the second, 4-zip Hawks. This one's popped up in fair play now. Shallow center field. Coming on is Ronabom. She'll catch it. Runner tagging up is Yankovic. She'll score easily, and Toll will make it to third on the throw into the plate. So the RBI sac fly off the bat of Liz Kolak. Her second RBI here in this game, her third on the day.
Yeah, she's done a nice job there of being able to get some timely hits. In game one, she was 1 for 4, but that one was an RBI double that kind of got things going for the Hawks to break the tie game this morning.
Ashley Himes stands in. She walked her last time up and scored in that 4-run first. Takes a strike there, 0-1 the count. Still 11-1 in the top of the fifth inning. Macunga Valley trailing the Washington Warriors. Little popper left side down beyond the third base dugout of Edco. So Hawks won the toss in this one. They're the home team. They're visitors earlier today. 0-2 the count. Upstairs too high for ball 1. 1-2 the count. As that stat you had earlier, 7 of the 10 teams that were visitors so far today have won. We'd like to keep track of our odd stats and figures like that. 7 of 10 visitors. So the Hawks try to be one of those few teams that win today as the home team. They're one of the 7 as visitors, and they beat C.R. Wash earlier today 4-1. This one. laced down the line, fouls. Coach Stickney Rave does a hop, skip, and a jump out of the way of that one. It goes behind her in the third base coaching box. 2-2 the count with one down. The runner on third. In this bottom of the second, Hawks lead 5-0 now. 4 in the first, one more here in the second so far. Himes, the 2-2 upstairs. Eye high, ball 3, full count.
Yeah, there's a couple of Hawk bats that are just starting to come alive here a little bit. Ashley Himes is one of them. Got off to a little slow start, as did Bridget Hoffman.
And she goes and gets that pitch outside. Ground ball left side, up and over. Elbridge to Hess, but a ground out gives an RBI to Himes. The scores Toll easily from third. Hawks lead 6-0 now.
Yeah, that's a good job by Ashley. Put that ball in play, because when you got somebody with the speed of Emily Toll down third base, if you just get it on the ground, Emily's going to come in and score. So good job by Ashley putting it in play and getting that RBI in from third.
Here's a ground ball off the bat of Morrison. The pitcher, Hugh, will get there and throws over to Hess for the putout. 1-3 variety for out number 3. Hawks get 2 more runs. They lead 6-0 here in the second. We go to the third now. This is Hawks softball, KFCH Sports.
Wapsie Valley Creamery, Independence, partners in excellence. Bi-County Disposal Inc. in Dyersville, serving Delaware and Dubuque counties. Manchester CarQuest dealer in Manchester. Crop Production Services in Winthrop, your chemical, fertilizer, feed, seed, and agronomy experts. And Manchester Monument Works, proud to sponsor all area athletes in their communities.
Bonecamp Murdoch Funeral Homes and Clifton Murdoch Funeral Home, proud to sponsor all area athletes. Pete Small Engine Repair, your small engine experts in Monticello. Monticello Sports for all of your school sports team needs in Monticello. Himes Construction, proud to sponsor West Delaware Softball Tournament in Manchester. All Seasons Auto Body in Monticello, specializing in body repair and painting on all makes and models.
Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa, where your vision is their primary focus. 24-hour total fitness, all levels, all ages. New house construction and concrete. For your commercial, ag, and residential projects, call Phil at 563-927-5178. Northeast Iowa Telephone, your electronics connection in Manchester. Three Rivers FS Company, your partner for growth solutions.
Citizen State Bank with locations in Manchester, Monticello, Strawberry Point, Winthrop, Ryan, Hopkins, and New Vienna, member FDIC. Fireside Pub and Steakhouse in Manchester. Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company. Bob Stephen Motors, your locally owned and operated GM dealer in Manchester. And Greenworks Landscaping, 563-920-3776. From complete custom landscape to the do-it-yourselfer.
Along with Rob Edwards back in the studio of Mix 94.7 on this Friday afternoon. John and Bill back with you from the Beckman Sports Complex. As 77 degrees, 73 degree feel like temp, 54% humidity. Winds out of the east at 11 miles per hour on this Friday afternoon. This game is 25 minutes old. The Hawks lead by the score of 6-0 now as we're in the third inning. Ball there. 3-1 the count to Kelsey Elledge, the shortstop. Elledge, Bergen, Keel. 7-9 slated for the Vikings here. Here's a ground ball left side. Wegman up and over. And the first ground out. 6-3 put out for out number 1 here in the third.
7 in a row retired now by Klosterman. They're doing a nice job of throwing strikes, because that's probably the one thing that's been her a little bit of Achilles heel this year is few too many walks in high school softball usually spell trouble. She's doing a nice job here so far today throwing strikes.
Ball 1 there to Delaney Bergen, the right fielder. Bergen is one of the 8th graders, 4 on the roster for Coach Campbell. 1-1 to count with 1 down.
Good location of that pitch by Klosterman, low and away, and got Bergen to go after it.
All outside. 2-1 the count down here to Bergen. This one swung on and missed. Inside pitch, waste time. 2-2 the count here to Bergen.
Grounds crew off to our left getting that diamond ready as Williamsburg will be playing Starmont here shortly.
Starmont fell in their first game. North Fayette Valley, 13-4. as there's a ball outside. As Bergen draws the first walk of the game, Jordan Keel, the pitcher, number 9 hitter, will stand it out for Starmont. Coach Roger Reed and the Stars, they brought the younger troops with them this weekend, missing 5 older girls as they're on that trip to Spain, a school-related trip. A lot of 8th graders on the roster here playing this weekend for Coach Reed and company. 6-0 here in the top of the third with 1 out and 1 on. Keel standing in, sends this one in the air right side out of play. Northland 2-0 on the day. They beat East Buchanan in the 2:15 game, 8-3. So the final, Maquoketa Valley loses to Cedar Rapids, Washington, 11-1. We'll have Maquoketa Valley playing Dubuque Wahlert later on this evening. There's a strikeout, swing and a miss by Keel for out number 2.
Yeah, good job by Closerman giving up a walk, then coming right back, bearing down and striking out the number 9 hitters. Now runner at first with 2 outs, and the leadoff hitter, Bolsinger, steps in.
Allison Bolsinger, the designated player, flied out to Boyce and left her first time of the first. As this one is sent to left field. Boyce going over on the run, makes the catch before the foul line, puts it away for out number 3. To the bottom of the third we go. 6-0 Hawks. West Delaware softball invite tourney right here from KMCH.
Manchester Press, the official newspaper of Delaware County. Regional Medical Center, excellence in healthcare close to home. Edgewood Reminder, locally owned, community involved. F&M Bank, the right choice, serving Manchester, Cedar Rapids, and Anamosa, member FDIC, and the Dupaco Community Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Tribet Associates in Dyersville and Farley. Check them out at tribetinc.com. Talkie Motors, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Dyersville. State Farm Insurance, Julie Smith Agency in Manchester. Hartridge Golf Course. Great food and great fun await you at Hartridge. And Krager Body Shop for all your minor and major collision repairs in Dyersville.
Above and beyond healthcare, the more they care, the more beautiful life becomes. Georgian Auto, where complete automotive service and repair is their complete focus. Long-term medical supply, your local medical equipment choice. Manchester Family Vision Center on West Main, where clear vision begins with healthy eyes.
Parrot Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company in Manchester. Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen. And the Good Neighbor Society, trusted for over 50 years to get you off the bench and back in the game.
GNB Bank Manchester, for your banking, loans, and trusts, member FDIC. Beavers Lounge, leave it to Beavers to show you a good time. Fairway Stores in Manchester, Down and Walt LLC in Manchester, and Lucky Building Service in Manchester.
John Swisher, Bill Logan back with you. Overlooking the Seedorf Masonry Field here at the Beckman Sports Complex in Manchester. Day 1 of the West Delaware Softball Invitational. 1-1 the count to Bridget Hoffman, the leadoff girl for the Hawks. 5-6-7. Hoffman, Wegman, and Collins. Bridget got a hit to left the first time up. This one skied to left field. Coming on is Lee and overruns it. Lands behind her on the grass, and Hoffman will be on first base. We call that one official score.
You know what? That's a base hit. It's a mental error.
Didn't touch her glove.
Yeah, she just plain overran it. So, those are the ones you like to have to pad that batting average. She just overran it.
Wegman with a bouncing ball. That goes under the glove and into left field. Elledge not able to get the leather down on the dirt that time, and Hoffman will go to second. Wegman into first with the error. That's the second error of the game on the E6 there, as Megan Collins will stand in with runners on first and second. Nobody down. Megan got an infield hit her first time up in that 4-run first inning. And a runner at first. It appears to be Megan Hofer. Hofer on first base. Pinch running for Wegman. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1 to Collins. Megan Collins, one of the seniors on the team for Coach Raven Company. Bouncing ball deep in the hole. Nice backhanded stop at short, but nowhere to go with it. Was able to get it to third. Third baseman not back in time, and No chance at second or first. Nice job by Elledge with a backhanded stop, but the bases are loaded with nobody down.
Well, when she stopped it, she saved the run because had she not kept that in the infield, Hoffman would have easily came around and scored. So a nice job of shortstop by Elledge to knock that down with the third baseman going for nobody at third. That was her only play, but third baseman tried to cut it off.
Boyce stands in. Pops out. First baseman in that first inning, her last time up. Chops this one right side, be foul past the efforting first baseman. Right in front of Coach Brooke Stahlberg in the first base coaching box, the former Monticello Panther. Graduated in 2012, played for Coach Rave. She spent 4 seasons in Monticello. Her 5th season overall. Her first season, of course, here at West Delaware. Ball upstairs. 1-2 the count to Marley Boyce.
Yeah, and I see she had a nice little conversation with a bunch of the Monticello softball team. I saw her down there having a chat with them.
There's a bouncing ball right back to the pitcher. Hesitated. Looked like he was going to go to first, but took the force out. The catcher yelled, "Hey, don't forget about me." And got the force out there as Hoffman is forced out at home, as Boyce will be on first base with the fielder's choice.
Yeah, and if you're going to hit the ball on the ground, which is what you want to do in that situation, the only bad place is right back to the pitcher. And unfortunately for Marley, it went right back to the pitcher on one hop. And she did. Her natural instincts just turn around and throw it to first, but the catcher yelled at her and got her to fourth out at home.
Heidi Yankovic stands in now. She walked and scored her last time of the second. So bouncer right side. Second baseman comes on, going to throw it to home. Not in time, as sliding in there safely is the pinch runner Hofer. And the bases are loaded again here as the Hawks score their first run this inning, 7th of the ball game.
Yeah, there's that swinging bunt. That's the second time this game that the Hawks have gotten at, and that's just indefensible. You just can't do anything with that thing, and a nice job by the Hawks.
This one is a little popper that will land down behind the third base bag in fair territory. 1 run is in off the bat of Emily Toll.
Her second hit of the game.
Megan Collins comes across the score.
That's just well placed. Just hit it right back up. Didn't even get it out to the grass, but the infield playing in, she got it up over their head.
This one, a grounder right side, coming home for the force. And she went for the tag for some reason. And got it.
Forgot
to get on the plate, too?
Well, I'm not sure she was. I think the back foot was.
Back foot was, okay.
But she kind of lost track of the fact that was just a force.
As Kolak grounded out. Needed 4-2 put out there. Boyce is retired. Out number 2. Kolak's on with the fielder's choice to the second baseman. Toll moves up to second. Yankovic on third. Ashley Himes standing in, and an RBI ground out her last time. She walked and scored back in the first inning.
Yeah, if she could hit something in the gap, you probably got as good a speed combination out there in the bases at this point. With Yankovic at third, Toll at second, Kolak at first.
Hard grounder left side, and that goes past the glove of the third baseman, Clute. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Runners will go to second and third, but a runner will be thrown out at third, as that's the way the inning will come to a close, as Kolak gunned down at third, trying to get in there for the extra base. But the Hawks score 2 more runs and lead now 10-0 here as we go to the 4th inning. Hawks softball from KMCH Sports.
American Trust and Savings Bank in Dyersville and Farley. AmericanTrust.com, simply better banking. Viafield, growing opportunity, serving your agronomy, energy, feed and grain needs in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota. Jay's Auto, customer satisfaction is their #1 priority. Delhi Lumber, your authorized Anderson dealer in Delhi. And Community Savings Bank, locations in Manchester, Edgewood, Greeley, Dyersville, Earlville, Cedar Rapids, and Robbins, member FDIC.
Wapsie Valley Creamery, Independence, partners in excellence. Bi-County Disposal Inc. in Dyersville, serving Delaware and Dubuque counties. Manchester CarQuest dealer in Manchester. Crop Production Services in Winthrop, your chemical, fertilizer, feed, seed, and agronomy experts. And Manchester Monument Works, proud to sponsor all area athletes and their communities.
Bonecamp Murdoch Funeral Homes and Clifton Murdoch Funeral Home, proud to sponsor all area athletes. Pete Small Engine Repair, your small engine experts in Monticello. Monticello Sports for all of your school sports team needs in Monticello. Himes Construction, proud to sponsor West Delaware Softball Tournament in Manchester. All Seasons Auto Body in Monticello, specializing in body repair and painting on all makes and models.
Back into the Beckman Sports Complex here in Manchester. We're at the top of the fourth inning now. Hawks lead this ball game 10-0 over the Edco Vikings. As 2-3-4, Hess, Lee, and Mather do up for Edco. There's a ground ball, left side. Wegman over to her left, up and over. Got her girl. 6-3, put out, ground out to the shortstop for out number one here. The fourth brings up Catherine Lee, who grounded out to the third baseman Morrison her first time in the first.
Yeah, some great defense being played by the Hawks this game. First game they had, I think, 3 errors first game, and much better defense in the infield here in game 2 today.
Oh, and won the count to Lee. For the Hawks in that bottom of the third, they scored 4 runs on 4 hits. There were 2 Viking errors, 1 runner left on base. This one spotted right side coming on. Collins can't get there in time. It hits the grass before it hit her glove. And getting on first, Lee with the hit to right field.
Yeah, that's the first base hit of the game for Edco. Lee gets a little floater out there, perfectly placed. Yankovic couldn't get to it, so she kind of gave up on it so she wouldn't collide with Collins. And Collins gave a nice try for it, but couldn't come up with it.
Starmont Williamsburg just about ready to get underway as Stars are the visiting team. They'll bat first. 1-1 the count. Here to Hope Mather. Facing the 8th grader closer in. Swings through that one for strike 2. 1-2 the count. Mather, one of the 2 freshmen on this 15 lady roster for head coach Keith Campbell. There's a liner down the line, third base line foul. Right in front of assistant head coach Shelby Steger, who coaches third. Coach Campbell prefers to do his coaching from the first base coaching box. So he lets his former player, Steger, who graduated last year, played Coach Campbell last season. Assistant coach this year and coaching third. There's a ball downstairs, 2-2 the count here to Hope Mather. 2-2. On the way, up and out, ball 3. Full count here to Mather with a runner on and 1 down. Top of the 4th inning. Hawks lead 10-0. Swing and a miss upstairs, shoulder high, went chasing and came up empty, did Mather. Or the 4th strikeout, I should say. 3rd swinging variety, out number 2, brings up Caitlin Ronabob. And this ball gets by Himes as the runner, Lee, will get into second. Ronabob struck out looking her last time in the second. 1-0 the count here. Ball 2 outside, 2-0 the count.
Ronabob, the leading hitter on the team for Edco, batting .386 coming into the day, 22 hits and 57 at-bats.
The ball upstairs. 3-0 the count. There's a strike at the knee. 3 balls, 1 strike. Chases that one out her halfway tie, and we're full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away here in this 4th inning. As this ball is grounded left side, shortstop Wegman up and over. Just gets her girl on the 6-3 ground out for out number 3. As that's the way the inning comes to a close. We go to the bottom half. Hawks still leading 10-0. Hawks softball, KMCH Sports.
Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa, where your vision is their primary focus. 24-hour total fitness, all levels, all ages. New house construction and concrete. For your commercial, ag, and residential projects, call Phil at 563-927-5178. Northeast Iowa Telephone, your electronics connection in Manchester. Three Rivers FS Capital, your partner for growth solutions.
Citizens State Bank with locations in Manchester, Monticello, Strawberry Point, Winthrop, Ryan, Hopkins, and New Vienna, member FDIC. Fireside Pub and Steakhouse in Manchester. Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company. Bob Stephen Motors, your locally owned and operated GM dealer in Manchester. And Greenworks Landscaping, 563-920-3776, from complete custom landscape to the do-it-yourselfer.
Manchester Press, the official newspaper of Delaware County. Regional Medical Center, excellence in healthcare close to home. Edgewood Reminder, locally owned, community involved. F&M Bank, the right choice, serving Manchester, Cedar Rapids, and Anamosa, member FDIC, and the Dupaco Community Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Trivett Associates in Dyersville and Farley. Check them out at trivettinc.com. Talkie Motors, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Dyersville. State Farm Insurance, Julie Smith Agency in Manchester. Hartridge Golf Course. Great food and great fun await you at Hartridge. And Krager Body Shop for all your minor and major collision repairs in Dyersville.
Back in bottom of the fourth inning, Hawks rolling here in game 2 of the day for them, 10-0. The score over Edco. Hawks coming in 13-9. Edco's 2-21. There's a bouncing ball up the middle. And the Hawks have their first runner on here in the fourth inning. Haley Morrison with her first hit in game number 2 after having that triple in the fourth inning of game 1.
Yeah, that's 9 hits in this game. They had 10 in game 1 this morning. So, and that's what you want to see is that offense starting to come alive here a little bit. Some timely hitting.
This one is hit down the line, foul. Hoffman just missed another hit to left field. She's 2 for 2 on hits to left field. Scored her first time up in the first inning. It's the sophomore pitcher, Jordan Keel. Learning experience for her, going up against the Class 4A team here in the West Delaware Hawks. 2-1 the count. This one is rifled in the air, deep left field, going back to left fielder. Get a bound off the bottom of the wall. Left fielder Lee will get to it, but not before one run comes in. Hoffman going to the inside the park. Home run, she slides in, Pete Rose style. And Hoffman.
Home run.
The 2-run inside the park home run, that should be it. 12 runs after 3 is the run rule here, and that is our ball game in the fourth inning. So 12-0 in 4 innings, the Hawks. And Bridget Hoffman ends it on the inside the park home run. 12-0 our final in 4 innings. We'll be back to wrap it up here for this game before we take a break and get you back for the Maquoketa Valley Dubuque Waller game, our final game of the day here. And we'll take a short break, come back to wrap up the totals here, back after this from KMCH Sports.
Above and beyond healthcare, the more they care, the more beautiful life becomes. Georgian Auto, where complete automotive service and repair is their complete focus. Long-term medical supply, your local medical equipment choice. Manchester Family Vision Center on West Main, where clear vision begins with healthy eyes.
Parrot Insurance, or Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company in Manchester. Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen. And the Good Neighbor Society, trusted for over 50 years to get you off the bench and back in the game.
GNB Bank Manchester, for your banking, loans, and trust, member FDIC. Beavers Lounge, leave it to Beavers to show you a good time. Fairway Stores in Manchester, Don & Walt LLC in Manchester, and Lucky Building Service in Manchester.
American Trust and Savings Bank in Dyersville and Farley. AmericanTrust.com, simply better banking. Beafield, growing opportunity, serving your agronomy, energy, feed, and grain needs in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota. Jay's Auto, customer satisfaction is their #1 priority. Delhi Lumber, your authorized Anderson dealer in Delhi. And Community Savings Bank, locations in Manchester, Edgewood, Greeley, Dyersville, Earlville, Cedar Rapids, and Robbins, member FDIC.
Wapsie Valley Creamery, Independence, partners in excellence. Bi-County Disposal Inc. in Dyersville, serving Delaware and Dubuque counties. Manchester CarQuest dealer in Manchester. Crop Production Services in Winthrop, your chemical, fertilizer, feed, seed, and agronomy experts. And Manchester Monument Works, proud to sponsor all area athletes in their communities.
And welcome back into the Beckman Sports Complex. The Hawks take a quick one, 12-0 in 4 innings over the Edco Vikings here, the second game of the day, as they improve the record to 14-9 on the season, 2-0 on the day, send Edco to 2-22 and 1-1 on the day. So Hawks 12-0 in 4 innings, and just came out and took care of business. We talked about Edco coming in with just getting their second win of the day, and the learning process. A lot of younger girls on that team, and there's a difference playing smaller schools to a 4A school. The Hawks came out and proved it here and took this quick one.
Well, they did what they had to do. They did a nice job of hitting the ball hard, put the ball in play. I had Edco for 3 errors, and those were all some balls that were hit fairly hard, but right at them and couldn't make the play. So, the Hawks did a nice job, of when they got them on base, they got them around and scored. And one of the things that they've been struggling a little bit lately, they get them on base and then couldn't get them around, left too many people on base at the end of the inning. And they did a nice job both games today of driving those people in and coming up with some hits when they needed them. So, just that thing here, that confidence booster type thing, come out, perform, and hit the ball hard and play good defense. Close-man pitches a one-hitter, so a good outing by the 8th grader, her first Hawk Invitational pitching performance.
So the totals here for this game, that the Hawks win 12-0 in 4 innings. For Edco, no runs, 1 hit, 3 errors. They left 1 runner on base. They struck out 4 times against the 8th grader, Emily Klosterman. 3 swinging, 1 looking, and 1 base on balls. For the Hawks, 12 runs, 10 hits, no errors, 2 left on, no strikeouts. They walked twice against the pitcher, Jordan Keel, the sophomore, in a game that lasted 44 minutes here, 12-0 in 4 innings. Hawks get their second win of the day. We will take a break and come back when we get close to game time. Scheduled game time is 5:45 as the Starmont-Williamsburg game. Williamsburg is leading Starmont 2-0. That is just entering the top of the second inning, so it should be close to maybe 5:45, 6 o'clock, but we'll let you know as that game progresses. And we will be back for the Maquoketa Valley Dubuque Wahlert game here from the Beckman Sports Complex. Recapping the last few games here, North Lynn beat East Buchanan 8-3. Cedar Rapids, Washington over Maquoketa Valley 11-1. Crestwood beat Monticello 6-3. So Starmont and Williamsburg right now. MFL Marmac and Bettendorf will play shortly, and then the game will cover Maquoketa Valley and Dubuque Wahlert around 5:45, and we'll take it back for that in about an hour or so. Back to the studio now. John Swisher, Bill Logan saying so long for now for the Beckman Sports Complex.
Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa, where your vision is their primary focus. 24-hour total fitness, all levels, all ages. New house construction and concrete. For your commercial, ag, and residential projects, call Phil at 563-927-5178. Northeast Iowa Telephone, your electronics connection in Manchester. Three Rivers FS Company, your partner for growth solutions.
Citizens State Bank with locations in Manchester, Monticello, Strawberry Point, Winthrop, Ryan, Hopkins, and New Vienna, member FDIC. Fireside